All right, I know that the press conference was just a couple hours ago now, but have you heard anything yet? And if not, what do you expect to hear?
Well, the first thing I expected is to hear that my phone has been tapped. No, I'm just kidding. The reality is Attorney General Barr has been very silent on this, and that's why we're pushing him. I mean, we're 30 days since the election. There's been allegations of fraud since day one after the election. It's gained widespread momentum, and they seem to be missing in action. And we've previously sent him a request to investigate these things. We heard nothing. So then we followed it up, and then we followed it up with this press conference today.
You know, you were at this election fraud hearing that took place in Arizona on Monday. How do you think the hearing went, and did you get what you needed out of it?
Yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind is we've been talking about generic fraud, right? We've talked about that, but Giuliani brought in witnesses, and they testified to at least 8,000 ballots that were cast by either non-persons or people with no addresses. I mean, so that immediately cuts this thing down. They talked about the mail-in ballots and the deficiencies and the lack of observers and lack of verification in some instances. All of these things on Monday were pretty dramatic. And then when you add in what's happened in the last 2 days in Arizona with some short samples of audits going on, I'm telling you that there's enough to overturn this election. We just have to get the powers that be there to order the audits.
Yeah. You know, I know that the president has not been extremely happy with your Governor Ducey there. I know he called him after ascertaining the election results, and it seemed like things soured a little bit. Do you think that the governor did the right thing?
No, I'm very disappointed in the governor. We've been asking, and I've been asking since right after the election. The governor won't take my calls. I get his chief of staff. And I'm not the only one that's experiencing that, but I asked for a forensic audit or a full audit of the election right away, and nothing. And as we get more and more evidence starts to mount up on this thing, the governor could order a special session, and he could open this thing up and and really put this thing to rest, put it to bed, do a full audit, and if it comes back pristine, then you look like a champ. If it comes back with fraud, you still look like a champ because you discovered what's bad, and he won't do it.
Interesting. I want to switch gears for a moment and talk about where we are with respect to Congress addressing this COVID package. Let me play for the audience a little clip of what you said on the House floor.
They don't feel like they all need to be here to deal with this issue. So they're going to mail it in. They're going to phone in their votes. If this meant everything that they say it does, they would show up. They would show up and vote.
Congressman, I was just talking to Doug Collins, your colleague there. I mean, look, it sounds like you guys have important things to do tomorrow. You're going to legalize pot and deal with a Tiger King bill. So where does COVID seem to fit? Because it seems like a lot of Americans actually need help. A lot of American businesses need help. Where is this as a priority for Congress?
Well, you know, we hear from Nancy Pelosi, the speaker. She controls the floor of the House. We hear from her all the time, oh, this is the most important thing we can do. We're not leaving here until we do it, but we keep leaving without doing anything.
But you are taking care of the Tiger King bill, which is nice.
Yeah, it's important, apparently. And so their new theme song for the Democrats is "Don't Bogart That Joint, my friend." And that's really what we have with the Democrats. They don't take this seriously. They don't understand what's going on. They're giving lip service. And that's just a crying shame. And so they're going to legalize pot nationwide, and basically in a really bad bill, by the way. And then we're going to talk Tiger King, apparently. So it's actually embarrassing. It should be embarrassing to anybody watching.
Yeah, and it's actually really sad, too, because there's so many small businesses out there that need help right now. They've needed help for months now. I know that you've been very vocal about some of these small businesses. We actually talked to a few small business owners yesterday. I want to play a little bit of sound from one of the ladies that we had on, Morgan.
We've gone above and beyond for people like our regulars. We've got a group of veterans that come in every day and have for the past 10 years. And a lot of them are over 80. And so we've taken extra steps to make sure that they're safe and they keep coming in.
And Congressman, what she's referring to there, they're in this red zone. There's a pack of 100 businesses who have gathered together to try to stay open still. They're are doing yellow zone cleaning and so forth in their businesses, as you heard, really taking extra precautions for these veterans. But shouldn't that be the model to work together with the government to help them stay in business and be safe as well?
Yeah, look, I'm telling you that the two aspects here. First of all, there's $135 billion at least from the previous spending bill that's just waiting for authorization to go out on for these small businesses. It could have gone out 2 months ago or more, and the speaker won't do it. That's one thing. The other thing that's driving me crazy is the petty tyranny that's going on, where we're not letting businesses make the choices on how they want to handle this. We're not letting individuals. We're going to enforce that and compel that at the various levels of government. That is the outrageous thing that's going on. And in the meantime, Nancy Pelosi wants to play a Cheech and Chong movie for us or something tomorrow with the marijuana bill. It's outrageous. And I wish all Americans, regardless of your party, understood what's happening, that we are not addressing this very important issue that people really need to get. We need to find some solution if we can.
Yes.
Versus these other bogus issues that are just what the left wants to do.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Well, please keep fighting for these small businesses. They definitely need help. Thank you for being here with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.